What's going on, y'all? Back again to continue Horror Fest, man. We're technically in October, first show in October, man. It's really feeling like spooky season now, man. I'm telling you, it's been getting a little colder. I've been just binging the horror movies, man. I've been having a blast, bro. It's my favorite time of year, and as always, no better time to start the October season than a freaking Halloween movie, and not one, but we got two, and not two, but we got a whole dang trilogy. And as always, these are directed by David Gordon Green and co-written by Danny McBride and a couple other people. And they also are doing the new Exorcist Believer movie, which that's going to be a trilogy as well. So definitely, I'll actually be checking that out tonight after the stream. So I am excited to check that out. But as always, man, hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell so you get updated every time we go live or drop a video. And as always, I got my awesome homies with me. I got Scarpad in the building. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going? I spent a weekend with this dude. I went to see Exorcist, and I watched this, so I'm indeed
Giving a lot to David Gordon Green. And my main man put 5.5 hours in today
I'm in hell.
to watch all three of these P Money, aka
I binged the hell out of it.
Perry Gaming.
Hell yeah!
Man,
what up,
I know.
man?
I
How's
was
it
like,
going?
you were like, yeah, I'm gonna start watching them now. I'm like, you haven't watched any? I got a little nervous.
Like, no, I got like a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
He's zipped through the boring parts.
I think I can make it. But I told you that it's a good binge, so
It really is.
First time watch, so I'm very excited to hear what he thinks, especially because 1 and 2 literally take place in the same night, and then 3 takes place same night, but then it cuts a couple years because of COVID and everything. They kind of did a time jump, so I'm excited to hear what you think, because I was really excited to rewatch these because it'd been a little bit, especially I hadn't watched the last one since it came out. So I was like, well, this finally, because I don't think when Halloween Ends came out, I probably watched, like 1, 2 to prepare when I went to see it in theaters. but I never like just watched all three in a row. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to hear what you think since you just watched all three straight in a row, like
Yeah.
5 hours straight. You know, like no breaks, nothing, no wait a day. You just
Back to
went for
back.
it. Hell yeah. But
Tough motherfucker.
yeah. So David Gordon Green, known for a lot of comedic movies, Pineapple Express.
What?
Um, what else did he do? I think he did freaking he did this one movie. I can't think of it, but everybody dogs on it. Um, but obviously, like I said, the freaking Exorcist Believer movie. He did a movie called Joe. Oh, The Righteous Gemstones. That's a HBO show that I actually think is hilarious. Great show. Highly recommend checking that out. Um, it's got like Walton Goggins, Danny McBride. It is absolutely hilarious. Um, and it has John Goodman. John Goodman playing like the father, and they own like this huge like they run like this huge Catholic church, one of those like kind of those rich family priests. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
see like those TV like preachers? That's like what that's about. Um, what else did he do? I'm having he did some of Eastbound and Down, or he produced it. Um, what is the one movie I'm thinking of? He did that Stronger movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Manglehorn with Pacino. Your Highness. That's the comedy I was thinking of. And that movie gets so much shit, but I always thought that was fun with Danny McBride and Franco. The Sitter with Jonah Hill. He's done he started his career in comedy. Pineapple Express though, I mean, banger,
I mean,
bro.
classic right there.
Classic. I mean,
Your
but
your eyes are as red as the devil's stick, bro. It gets
obviously,
me every time.
but obviously I was a little nervous when I heard he was going to be doing some some horror, but he's a
You should
huge
be.
horror fan.
Real nervous. Very
What was that?
nervous. I said you should be very nervous.
Bro,
Now it looks like he's gonna do all the
are you
trilogies.
going to be muted the whole show?
Am I muted? No, I'm not.
Am I muted? No, but yes, obviously, most of his stuff was comedy. He has a little serious here and there. He worked his way out of it. You could tell he didn't want to just be stuck in comedy. And the comedy he did was like fantastic. A lot of good action. It wasn't just like pure dumb comedy. I mean, Pineapple Express is a great movie. You know,
Yeah.
nobody can deny that. Like even if you're not a stoner, I think you'd still like that movie. But
That helps.
so when he came and wanted to do his Halloween, I don't think they ever planned to do a trilogy. I think it just kept going. I don't know. I don't think it was like with Exorcist where they planned a
It was
trilogy.
printing money.
It made so much money in 2018 that they were like, fuck it. But they did. They said kind of like Halloween H2O did a similar thing where they did 20 years later, and it was like a direct sequel to Halloween 2. But with this, they were like, this is going to be only a direct sequel to the OG, the original one. So they chalk the brother sister line between Michael and Laurie. And that they were able to get John Carpenter back on board with this to do the score, which he is incredible on the score in this with him and his son. And I think that was a big reason because John Carpenter always kicked himself for making them brother and sister. And since they got rid of that and made this a direct sequel to the OG, somehow they were able to talk him into coming on for this. But I think 2018 is great. I'd say all around 2018 is the best all around movie. I do have issues with each movie for sure, but rewatching this trilogy, man, I'm actually a big fan of this trilogy. Big fan. I actually think David Gordon Green did really good. You cannot go and watch the Halloween movie series and say every movie is perfect. You cannot sit there and say these are that fucking bad. You know what I mean? Like and shit on them compared to some of the other ones like Resurrection
That's
and
true.
fucking
That's true.
a lot of people, everybody has their own ones. Like I fucking love H2O. I love Curse of Michael Myers, which is Halloween 6. I love 4. Honestly, I love them all. Resurrection is my least favorite of them all. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I know that's one that a lot of people hate. But I do have a problem. I don't like the unicorn or the white horse shit in that. That is my only gripe about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But I still think this is actually a really good trilogy. And Ends, I know, is the most controversy, but I'll be excited to talk about that one. But 2018, man, I thought was fantastic. My biggest gripe is the Sartain shit. Take that with the doctor. They're trying to like make you think he's like a new Loomis. They even call him the new Loomis.
Yeah.
But then they do this fucking twist where he stabs
He's a psycho.
the cop,
Yeah, it's out
and
of the
he's like,
blue.
"Oh, I'm trying to see like what he's like,"
Right.
and the only reason they put him in this movie is because now they don't have the connection between him and Laurie.
Yeah.
They got rid of that, so they put themselves in a corner. So they're like, "How do we get him to Laurie's house?" Well, this crazy ass doctor is gonna drive him there. That's what they fucking do instead. That is my only gripe about this movie. Other than that, I absolutely adore this film. I think it's great. I think it's shot well. The score is so good. I remember sitting in the theater and I saw that intro come out with the pumpkin. They brought that shit back like the OG 1 and 2. And I was just like, yes, dude. I was like giddy as fuck. Michael Myers is my all-time favorite slasher. So I got my boots in the mud with this shit, man. Like I am into this shit, bro. Like I said, I honestly love all the movies. I have a lot. But like I said, Resurrection is the one I least watch. It's got some goofy shit in it. It's enjoyable to watch once in a while, but definitely not my favorite. But Resurrection is actually the first one that brings Cave Dweller, like kind of him being in a cave. Because if you watch Resurrection, they show him that he'd lived down in a cave. So I don't know if they brought that from fucking that into Ends, but 2018, I think we get the best Michael Myers we've ever got besides Nick Castle. Nick Castle is I mean for what he brought, I mean you don't get what Michael Myers is without Nick Castle. And I think James Hugh Courtney is freaking fantastic. He's big, he's got the perfect build. He's not like too big. He's like the perfect size where you're just scared shitless. I think the whole cast in this is great. Laurie Strode, I enjoy her a lot, but they do a little Sarah O'Connor type thing with her because technically this is an H2O, this is H4O, Halloween 40 years later.
Yeah.
So that's why I say like they kind of, they did the H2O route with it, but they didn't do a sequel
Well,
to
they just
2.
wanted to badass her up a little bit.
Oh, definitely, which is understandable, but I still love the H2O version the best. I mean, cutting that fucking head off at the end.
It was more believable.
That's the best ending ever, dude. Best ending ever. But I love this 2018, man. I think it's a great movie. Like I said, that's my only thing I'd take out, and I'd figure out some other way to get him there. I mean, even if like when he runs him over, like and he just throws him in the cop car or something. But at that point, without him stabbing him in the neck, that what is his name? Scarphead, the cop. I love
Will Patton.
Will Patton. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, Will Patton gets stabbed in the neck and he gets fucking run over. And damn it, he looks pretty good when he makes it to the hospital.
He looks damn good.
The guy that got ran over and
every time I see that, I'm like, this motherfucker. I was like, the neck? Okay.
Yeah,
Neck over. He got ran over, man. And it looks like
he's still like
Sartain went for the head.
Don't mind me, just go get Laurie.
He didn't just fucking like
run around and fucking wheel him in.
Like he ran over his torso.
That was almost as bad as all the idiots got fucking killed in the last Scream movie. And they're all fine at the end.
Oh my god. But yeah, dude, I think this movie is actually like I said, it's the best shot, it's the best story of them all, but man, we'll see. It's tough, man, because all three of these movies are very different. Like you get the first one, it was kind of like just like a classic run of the mill, like
Halloween.
Like it's a good movie, but a good slasher as well. But then 2 is like just a balls to the wall slasher, and then 3 they kind of go with this like character development and like a little love story in there, and all three are. In a way, I like that they went a little different with each one because each one, kind of, in a way, they each one stands on their own too. Besides, obviously 2 like literally starting how 2018 ends, but I think like 2018 if you never did a sequel to that, that could have been it, you know. And 3 always Halloween Ends gives me they're doing a lot to make that like a Halloween 3 season of Witch. They wanted that to be like the stepchild. They wanted like with the intro with those that blue
Yeah, I was like,
font.
what's up with that,
That's
dude?
that's Halloween. That's literally exactly how Halloween season of the Witch is. And there's a lot of Christine elements in Halloween Ends, but we'll get to Halloween Ends. I'm excited about this because I actually, dude, I've been watching all 3 of these movies like all week, dude, over and over. Like I said, Michael Myers is my favorite, so I absolutely love what James Jude Courtney did with these, and I had a blast on my rewatch, man. I think the kills in this are really good. Um, like you get the practical effects guy is the guy who brings the brownie when he's like, "You want to see what I made?" The 2 cops when they're
Oh,
talking. He's
what?
like, "You
That's so
want to see what
cool.
I made?" He's like, "I made this all by myself."
It's like a
He's like, "I
5-year-old.
got a brownie and pudding." That's like what a 3-year-old would eat.
Yeah.
But he shaved his face. Normally he has a beard, but that's the practical effects guy. He created the mask. He did all the kill effects. He did everything, and he's doing the Exorcist Believer stuff. He is fantastic. He worked on Return of the Living Dead Part 3. Chris Nelson, dude, is a fucking legend, bro. Also has a really cool podcast with Sean Clark. Um, I'll look it up and I'll mention it in a second, but that's really good. Him and Sean Clark, who like runs like all the freaking like horror conventions, he like literally like sets them up, and he is the agent for all the like famous people, like, and brings them all to the Comic Cons, like all the Halloween people, like the old school actors and all those people. He's tight as fuck with Daryl from Walking Dead. And dude, great podcast. Honestly, I highly recommend that. I'll have to put that in the chat in a second because that is a great horror show. I recommend. What up, Bobby? But yeah, dude, I really enjoyed this on the rewatch. Great kills, great fucking score. Perry, first time watch, dude. What the
Yeah.
fuck do you think, brother? Because you've watched up to Halloween H2O at this point.
Yeah.
You haven't
Yeah.
seen Rob Zombies.
I
You haven't
haven't.
seen
No.
Resurrection yet, thank God.
Nope.
You might like it because you
I
might like
might like it. Yeah.
I do like it, but it's my least favorite, you know?
Sure. I gotta say, after watching the entire trilogy, I kind of feel like they did it backwards. Like it would have been cool to see her as a grandma first and then turn into the badass prepper. You know, like it was just so weird seeing her as this awesome badass, and then in the hospital, and then she's grandma while she is fully aware Michael's on the loose. It just made no sense. You know, like
Yeah.
that's
Well,
not
especially
her.
because in the first, I guess it's her like holding on to this shit, thinking like, you know, like she just tortured herself for all those years, and then I guess she just finally lets it go after. But it is, I get what you mean because
It's
it
weird
is
because
kind
like
of weird.
you gotta let it go
After
when he's on the
Fowler's
run.
dead, and yeah, and it's like this time he's like out there. Where
Yeah.
before it's like he was in
Yeah, and
prison,
it's
so it's like you
why?
know where
Yeah,
he's at. Where this is like we have no idea.
why would you stay there knowing the guy's out and about? You stay in the same
Yeah.
buy a
And
house in the same
he just
city.
killed your daughter, dude.
Nobody ever leaves, and then they fucking trick or treat the next fucking year. What the fuck?
Damn,
Wise up,
Yeah.
TK, you
people.
took off.
Move, for Christ's sake.
Took off to watch this, motherfucker. You should have took off to be on this, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Have you seen these movies? You could jump in right now, bro. I
Yeah.
miss your
Join
ass,
up,
bro. It's been
TK.
too damn long.
But yeah, no, I gotta say, I thought 2018 was badass. I thought it was awesome, dude. The way that she's like, I'm in my own prison, but really it's just a trap for Michael the whole time. Fucking awesome, dude. Um, I like seeing her as like the badass grandma. I thought that was cool. You know, I like how she was right and everybody else was wrong the entire time. Always listen to your grandmother because she knows what the fuck she's talking about, you know. The second one I thought was great with the hospital. I kind of wish we would have seen Michael in the hospital, you know, paying more homage, which throughout these entire movies, they're paying homage to the originals, Season of the Witch, all the time, which is the coolest thing.
Hell yeah.
The
You've seen
kills.
Season of the Witch. You've seen Season
Oh
of the Witch?
yeah,
Well, you
yeah,
watched
yeah,
it in order. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So I thought it was just so cool seeing all like the little homages they were paying back and forth.
Yeah.
Um,
I love
yeah,
those
so
mess too. I can't wait to hear what you think
yeah,
about it. I was gonna ask you, but I was like, no, we're doing that. That's the last show we're doing. So I can't wait to hear what you think
hell
about
yeah.
that.
But yeah, no, I thought it was super cool. I like how they brought the new Dr. Loomis in. I thought that was cool. You get to see the reporters and stuff. And then that scene was terrifying. Imagine taking a deuce and all you see is the
And
Michael
teeth,
Myers. Yeah, and then
Bruh,
the teeth come.
the
Oh
teeth.
my
when
god,
that
bro.
was so creepy with the teeth. I remember when I was
Yeah.
in the theater because me and my whole family went
Yeah.
to see it, and my mom and dad look over at me. They were like, "Could you imagine crawling on your hands and knees on that
Oh,
disgusting floor?" My mom was like, "Could you imagine being so scared
Mhm.
don't give a shit about that nasty ass floor?" She's like, "Oh," she's like, "I think I'd rather just die, like
yeah.
just let him kill me instead of getting on that floor." I was just laughing so hard.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I thought
I
that
I'm
was
glad.
a
would
I'm
great
glad
jump
you
into
scene.
a
did at
wall.
least. I'm curious to know what will be your favorite two of the three. Um, we'll have to rank them in order at the end.
Sure.
After your rating will probably say how you rank them. I'm guessing, but depending what your rating is. But um, Scarpad, what'd you think?
We just talk about the first one, right?
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go one by one.
Oh yeah, the Halloween.
That's just
Halloween.
like
The
overall thoughts, and then we'll
Sure.
just get to the
yeah.
next.
I mean, the
We got
reboot
three of
of. Yeah, I thought the reboot, the 2018 reboot, was like one of the better, I would say, attempts to redo uh, Halloween. Definitely better than I thought it was. I appreciate some of the Rob Zombie stuff, but I definitely think it was better than that. And yeah, they did obviously try to make Lorian kind of like a Sarah Connor badass,
Yeah.
but it works in this movie. And that's what everybody remembers. I mean, of all three of the movies, this is obviously I think Jamie Lee Curtis's most strongest
Yeah.
part was in the first one because he kind of shrinks around and gets lost in some of the second and third until like the final act. So she's great here. Some of the other characters I thought like I like her daughter Jane Greer. Her daughter. She kind of wasn't much of a character, and even the granddaughter wasn't. She changed in the movies. She went back and forth. She's like shy, and then she's a vigilante, and then she turns into kind of like a psycho in the third one. It's like they weren't really defining that character too well. But I think Will Patton as the cop and Jamie Lee Curtis was great in that first one, and just I think Michael Myers is fucking creepy as hell. They showed how he went around to the houses and how he went and
Yeah.
grabbed certain things. I can't believe that woman that was with the comic there, the black mother there, that got knifed like through her throat, survived, and then ended up bitching out Lloyd in the last one. Because she looked like she was done, and
Yeah.
she pulled through. So yeah, great kills in the first one. Obviously, the first one was kind of like the more Halloween of all three of them. As Dylan said, they really, and one of the things I appreciate about the series is they really were different in each movie. So the first one was more the Halloween throwback, and yeah, I
Mhm.
thought that was great. The first one is one of my favorites.
But you cannot deny too when they do that shot of him walking down the street and then they just pan and then you just see
Right.
him, they pan to him, and then you're like walking in the footsteps of him, like
Yeah.
where you're following him, and then you just see him just walking and ran like this is like a couple minutes
Mhm.
shot, like, and there's no cuts in this. This is
Yeah.
him just walking through, picking up a hammer, going in this hot girl's house, grab a knife, and then
Yeah.
go walk a house down, and then peek in the window, walk around, and you literally can see his shadow going
Yeah.
around, and then you see her peek out, and all he does is right through the neck. And
Well, I think what's even more cooler is not the times he goes and kills people. It's the scenes where he walks up like kids during Halloween and they're just talking about, I like your costume, and it's like how he mixes in when he's not killing people, and he's just standing there and they're like interacting with him. They
Yeah.
showed a lot
right,
more of that in this movie. The only thing I didn't like about the movie, the
and
only thing
it's
that kind of threw
random.
me,
It's not like it's not
right,
all about Lori. Like he
whoever
just
he
came up.
decides to kill or not kill, it's like a
Mhm.
shark, just kind of like bouncing
Yeah,
off.
and
Like
that's what I
the kid in the backyard. He's like, "Hey, Mister, how you doing?"
Yeah,
And then the motion lights go off, and then he comes
yeah.
closer. Oh
but
man, that's
It's
but
scary
I'm
as
leaving.
shit.
it's just
I'm leaving.
like a
I'm
shark.
leaving, man.
Right? Why does the shark avoid this guy but eats this guy?
Yeah.
Is that
I
type of thing.
love that.
The only thing I didn't like is so much as I did like the fact that this movie is a direct sequel to the first one, and they omit everything that happened in between. But then that leads me to think, well, the way Laurie is, this Terminator recluse, I have to base that on only what happened in the first movie. That's it. The rest of all that shit never happened. I had to question myself, would this woman be like this? As traumatic as the first one was, this is like what a woman would be like after 9 movies of this shit, not just one. Yeah. So that's the only thing that I have to suspend belief about, is that she could be that traumatized after just the first movie. It's bad, but it's as bad as we're led to believe. But that's the only problem I have with the movie. Otherwise, I thought it was great.
That's why I thought it should be backwards. Like she should be a grandma first, and then, oh my God, I can't believe we're dealing with this again. Like, how can I protect my family now? And then fortify the home and stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Laurie, don't freak out. The fucking guy was in jail for 40 years, and then he got out. It's like during those 40 years, he wasn't coming after you, wasn't going to be coming after you. So chill out, Laurie, Yeah. Why were they taking that guy out to fucking, would they bring him to get a fucking burger someplace? Like, why would you fucking take this guy out and bring him anywhere? Leave him where he is.
They never technically say. I forget why they maybe are taking him to like
they said they're gonna take him somewhere to put him in a hole for the rest of his days.
Oh, okay.
So I guess
if you watch, every time he gets on a fucking bus and they try to transport him, that is just the easiest way to get it.
That was a badass scene, dude. When the bus flips and then we get this hunter with this kid, and real quick, the kid pissed me off because he's like, I don't want to go hunt. I want to do some TikTok dances. I'm like, no. What's wrong with you, kid?
I want to dance.
Hard.
Yeah, but he was kind of a badass. He's like, he jumped out the car with the gun. He's like, what's going on?
Dude,
where's my dad?
I mean, he's probably maybe 13.
And that's almost as bad as almost as bad as these fucking roving toughs in the third movie of fucking band kids. Where have you fucking heard? Where have you heard had a badass group of fucking badass band kids? And you're kicking this kid's ass? How fucking groovy does a fucking kid have to be if he gets beat up by band kids that go around with band uniforms?
Talking about that one.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Those are the modern day bullies.
Don't fucking doubt band geeks, bro. Just because they play.
I know, man, but they were fucking bands.
That's like saying rock. Like, a lot of rock stars were band geeks too. Like, and they kick ass. Like, don't doubt.
I felt better for I didn't mind that as much.
And they're not. It's not like they're kicking ass, bro. Like they're jumping him.
Although that dreamy little fucking guy, the wannabe Michael Myers in the third one, kicked Michael Myers' ass pretty good enough.
Everybody kicked his ass.
Everybody, poor Michael. The guy had fucking arthritis, I think. Yeah. But he got good when the time came, though. We're not talking about that one.
We'll get to that one because there's stuff that I want to talk about with that one too. Because I was like, the one I want to know the commentary, like what the director was saying about the most, didn't have a commentary. And I looked, it doesn't say on the 4K, but there's a commentary on this one on Halloween Ends, and there's one on Kills, because that's how I knew about like the radio.
This watch through
commentary on this one too.
This watch through of this trilogy has only risen my appreciation for it. I appreciate it more. I appreciate it more now than I did before. Especially when you watch it together. But I still have a very big issues with it. Even though I do appreciate it more.
Dude, everybody, nothing is perfect in this day and age.
I know.
Nothing is fucking perfect. It is so hard for something to be perfect. But I told you would like it more than you thought, bro. Because especially watching it as a trilogy, I think it works a lot better, And then because it's just me and Scarpad went to see Ends like day one. So we were going in and we're like, what?
I told you, I watched the review we did with that. I liked Ends. I thought it was pretty good. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
All I heard you do was run your mouth last
But week. I do have big issues with it, though. But I do have same thing with the second one, though.
Yeah. But
I will say this though. Rewatching this trilogy, I don't think they really had enough story to fill 3 movies.
No, I don't think so. I
They
think
definitely.
I never think they had 3 in the bag. They
It was
planned
a
1 and it
trilogy
made
because
so much money, and
it
they're
made
like,
money,
"Okay."
right?
And then they were like, "Okay, so 2, we're just gonna, like, be a
But they
slapper
definitely
fest."
only had like
3, they,
two
like,
movies
brought it
worth of
back to
story.
some type of story.
Yeah,
But because
not
dude,
enough
you
story.
gotta think, bro, it's gotta be a struggle, like, because so much has been done with these movies, and it's like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
even John Carpenter himself, the creator of Michael Myers, literally said, he's like, "This shoulda never went past 1. This should have been a 1 and
Yeah.
done."
Well, no, that
Because
and
there's
that's
supposed to be
why.
an anthology, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they fucked up, and they forced them to
It
do a
was never
second
gonna be
one
Michael
he
Myers,
never
right?
wanted to, and then
No.
he was like, "Okay, well, now I'm doing my anthology." So then when 3 came out and there's no Michael Myers, everyone was like,
Everyone's like, what
"What
the
the fuck?" I wish we coulda got that anthology series because that would have been
No, I
incredible.
agree. We watching these 3 movies, I can see what the director was going for, what he was doing. In the first one, it was an old school stock with Michael Myers, and like it was. The second one is more of an indictment on society. It's kind of almost like a monsters that do at Maple Street, like the Twilight Zone episode where everybody in the neighborhood turned on each other. There's a lot of that
Right.
in the
Well,
second one. And
the
then the third one is kind of like a thing where I think they wanted to like go almost a new generation with it and make a new Michael Myers and show you what could happen.
possibly,
And,
yeah.
where the kid gets the evil transferred into him after being persecuted. So I really appreciate, because if he just did 3 movies that were all like the first one, where Michael Myers is stalking around, that's just
hell
fucking
yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
Same shit
And
that we've
I
already
really
seen.
appreciate that they tried to do it. I just think the execution in the third one was done really badly.
Right.
And but the first one, going back to that, I mean, I think they did a great job in bringing back Laurie and making it a little bit more believable than in the other ones where she just happens to be, where the action is.
Right.
So definitely the first one is the classic out of the 3. I
What
think.
would be?
Real,
'Cause I
real
gotta
quick,
ask.
her house in
Yeah.
2018 is so badass. She's
Hell yeah.
clearing rooms and then
Yeah.
hitting the button, and the
I
cage
love
comes
that.
down, and she's clearing rooms and hitting the.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude, that
love
was
that. I
badass,
love
bro.
that. And the 10th,
Yeah.
because originally they reshot the ending, and originally it was going to be like just him and her fighting in the front yard,
Like it was in the last one.
and it didn't do well, so they reshot it. And I'm so glad, because I love that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite things is like him walking around the neighborhood, and then that, like when she's like that just was so tense in the theater. What would be? So I'm gonna ask you, like, each movie. What would be your favorite kill? Perry, you want to start?
Okay.
For 2018, for each
I gotta
movie, I
say,
want to know.
I've seen a ton of movies in the past like 2 to 3 years. The only time I ever jumped and looked away was when the girl came back with the Desert Eagle and she was shooting at him and missing every shot, and he kicks the car door and hits her
Well,
in
that
the
was in the
wrist.
second one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that in the second one.
That was in the second one, yeah.
Oh my god, bro, that blew my mind away. Her whole wrist broke and turned around and shot herself in the head. That was insane. That was mind blowing, dude. I'm trying to think, because the first and second one feel like one big movie to me, because it's just one giant continuation. It doesn't feel like 2 separate movies. I'm trying to
They
think.
like good cutting. It kills it.
I gotta say, probably the bathroom scene I thought was fire. That one spooked me out, man. Seeing all those teeth come down, and then
Yeah.
having your
That's
partner
the best scene in the movie.
yeah, having your partner come in, and then he's like, Michael, like, bro, this is who we're talking about. Like, we just seen you, and then boom, kills him. We get to see the gas clerk with his whole jaw just
Right.
completely broken open. And then he goes back and he's like, where's my mask? Pop the trunk. This is mine, bro. Like, yo, that's gangster, bro. Like, that's so cool. Yeah, I gotta say, that's probably my favorite. I guess it's like a triple kill.
Hell yeah. I love when he's smashing his face into that thing too. That's good.
Yeah.
I'd probably say my favorite kill would probably be shoot, what is it? There's a few good ones. This is the one that just comes to my mind when he kills Sartain, and he's because this is such a creepy scene when she's in the back seat. I'd just been shitting bricks, bro. When Allison's in the back seat with Michael Myers, and his hands he's like lifts up, and he's like puts the mask on, and then he's like Michael, and he's like all happy about it, and then he just smashes the back through, and then he just fucking stomps his face and crushes it
Yeah.
like a melon, bro. Love that, man.
There's
There's
a
some
lot of face crushing in this movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was your
Dude,
favorite Scarphead? Oh, go ahead, Perry.
oh, no, I was gonna say Dr. Loomis wannabe when he takes out that pen, that came out of left field. That was shocking, bro. And then he puts on Michael's mask, dude. Like, he beats off the pictures of Michael.
Yeah.
Bro.
That wasn't
Like,
Loomis. That was Loomis wannabe.
yeah, Loomis
Yeah.
from Wish.
They literally Jamie
Yeah,
Lee
he went a little
said,
fucking nuts.
You're the new Loomis.
Yeah, you're the new Loomis.
Yeah, he went a little nuts there.
Don't you say that. Don't you
Yeah.
say that.
For a second there, I thought
Don't
they
say
made.
that. You
I
don't
thought
say
maybe they were gonna have him be the fucking Michael but thank God he got killed pretty quick.
Yeah, they ended that real quick.
I agree with that. He's like, out of all the dog shit sequels, and even though I don't think there's really dog shit sequels because I love them, but a lot of people do hate on a lot of sequels. He's like, and people really shit on these movies sometimes, and I don't understand it honestly.
No,
People just.
I'm sorry, Scarpet. What was your favorite kill though?
I can't remember any in the first one.
There's some great shots in this though, man. Like even when they're at that garage, you see like kills in the background. Like when he's like, when the girl's like, "Where's the loo?" And then in the background, you see Michael just like, just beating up the mechanic and shit. Like there's a lot of cool scenes that you gotta really look for at times. I love it, man.
Yeah.
You don't have one, Scarpad, for this one?
No, they were all great in the first movie. I mean,
no, I agree.
Obviously, they were all pretty good. So I think the first one probably had the best kills. Oh, the third one had some good kills too.
Second too, man. There's some great kills in all of them. All of them. They did great with the kills. Like I said, Chris Nelson, fantastic.
When do they run Will Patton over? Is that in this one or the other one?
That's this one, yeah.
Well, that's this one. Oh yeah, I'll go for that then.
Okay.
Will Patton getting fucking shivved in the neck and run over because he got one of these. He gets his arms like, that's
that's how they start.
That fucker should have been flat like a fucking piece of cheese.
Right.
But he was fucking okay, go after him. Come back for me.
So
I'm still gonna be alive.
We'll just do the ratings at the end for all three. So next is Halloween Kills.
Oh boy, this movie.
I believe came out the year after 2019 because I believe they came out year after year.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't say. That's what I hate about the new movie.
About
20. That was 2021.
It says 2020, but
Amazon has.
I thought it was a year after. I thought the Halloween Ends might. Let me see.
Remember, we're in the middle of COVID then, so things are being pushed.
But I still think it was 2022 for Ends, 2021. Oh wow! So what? Holy shit! There was 3 years in between 2018 and Kills.
Yeah,
wow, I do not recall. I guess that was because of COVID.
That
must be Okay.
Well, remember, I think wasn't Kills that debuted on HBO Max. Kills was
Peacock. Both of them, Kills and Ends, both did that year after year. So 2021, 3 years later, we get Halloween Ends or Kills. I'm sorry, and dude, the trailers in this. I mean, I wish I never watched the trailer, but the trailers in this, man, just made it seem like you're like, this is gonna be a fucking ride, man. And
I fucking thought it was. I enjoyed the shit out of this.
I love it. This is my guilty pleasure of them all. I'm not here for the story in this one. I'm here for the fucking insanity that is Michael Myers, and he is so fucking awesome. Starting off by killing fucking 15 firemen and shit. Like, this movie is incredible. Some of the best cinematography.
He was like fucking John Wick, man.
Michael Myers standing in front of a burning down house with a fucking like axe in his hand, like, oh my god, this movie is incredible.
Dude, right before that though, when the firefighter first fell, and then you're like, well, how has he survived? Right? He's in the armory, bro. He lifts up the gate and comes out like he was protected the whole time. That shit was so cool.
Dude, he's slick. He's smart.
Yeah, he's so smart. Yeah.
That was so, I love that. And then just the reveal, you're like, where is it? And then he's like, somebody's down here. And he opens it up and you're just like, oh fuck, dude. And
it's like,
oh
fuck.
my god. So goddamn good. And then because I remember we were like, we were like, because they were like leaking the mask. Like, when you go to Spirit Halloween, they'll do the mask.
Oh, you see like the burnt mask and stuff.
We saw the mask first. They were like, so he's gonna make. He was like, we must get the face is gonna get melted a little bit. That's the one thing too where I like that the mask is completely the same, but they age it, they make it look different. Because also one thing that we did not mention, the mask has a shady history where they seem to never be able to get it right after Halloween 2. Because Halloween 1 obviously is the classic William Shatner mask, painted white, eyebrows taken off or whatever, and like the stuff ripped off, and then they used the same exact mask for 2, like the exact same mask, but the guy who played him in the second one, I'm just gonna kill me his name. He was a bigger guy and he had a thicker face, so people think it's different, but it's the exact same one. He just had a bigger face. I think Dick Warlock was his name. And then somehow they
That's a
lost
good
all.
name.
They only had 4 masks, and they were
I'm a
giving
Dick
away.
Warlock,
They never
baby.
thought they're. Yeah, I know, dude. He's a legend, though. He's a legend. Good old Dick, baby.
That was my fucking high school handy name there.
Want to see
But
my
Dick
wand?
Warlock.
they never could get the mask right. I mean, Greg Nicotero did the Halloween 5 mask, and some people would say that's the worst mask ever. I do
Wow.
enjoy that movie, and I don't hate that mask as much as I used to, but dude, they nailed the mask in this, and especially we got it. How could I forget the flashback scene in this, where we get a Loomis, dude, Perry, that guy that
Oh,
played Loomis,
I
that's
thought it
all
was
that's
Loomis.
all prosthetics in the
Yeah.
face.
I
That's
thought there's some
all
CGI
prosthetics.
that with
It's
that.
fucking insane. That's Chris Nelson right there, bro.
Yeah.
Prosthetics, a guy that they thought kind of looked like him. They put the molds. They made that shit
Identical.
incredible.
And then they did that. They did. I wonder, was the voice pulled from the movie, or was you there? It was an actor doing the voice
I don't know.
of
It could be
Loomis?
AI.
I don't know. I think they probably
That
tried to
AI
snip as
voice.
much as they could, and then
Because
I
it
know
sounded
I
pretty
want to
close.
we had somebody that a mimicker, somebody like that can mimic
Yeah.
people's voices.
Yeah, that whole open was like a 15, 16-minute open that filled in some of the shit, and I thought that was really, to me, that was my favorite part of the movie. I loved that whole recreation of that night. And
Oh my god, I could have got a
that was
whole
done
movie of
so well,
the
done very well.
cinematography in that is like I literally felt
When he
transported back to
lunged at him,
70. That's the
Yeah,
only
the
he felt a
lighting and
little
everything.
quicker than my
he
78
looked like he
Michael
was a
Myers.
flash,
Yeah,
bro. He
Oh
was
my
moving,
god.
bro. He was
The
young.
way that looks, like the towns, like the cop's outfit, it is on point,
yeah, they
bro.
did a good
And it's
job with it.
so good. That's why it's like certainly like some people say, like I know TK's like he's like I love 2018, but it goes downhill after that. There's just so much good in this movie. The storyline gets a little shaky with like the evil dies tonight and stuff. I feel like the evil
Yeah,
dies kind of
that
leads
killed
into
me. It got
Halloween.
it, it, it got real cheesy. It got
And
real thick of the cheese in this
but
movie.
we also get a lot of paying homage where we get Tommy back in this. We
Yeah,
get
fucking Tommy by Anthony
the
Michael Hall is the
original
main.
the 2 original babysitting the 2 kids that were originally babysat by
Mm,
Lori in the original movie, and
That
one of them
fucker.
is the original girl. One is
Right.
the original chick
that's
from the
cool.
OG
Yeah.
movie. She's like a real
Well, two
Kyle
of them.
Richards,
The
and we
nurse
get
was the original
Nancy
too.
Stevens.
Yeah, the nurse.
But dude,
Yeah, when I was watching the bar scene, I'm like, yo, this guy's mad depressing. Can you get him off the microphone, bro? He's bringing the whole mood in the bar down, man.
right.
Yeah, no.
Originally they were gonna bring back the Paul Rudd as Tommy, but he picked Ghostbusters Afterlife instead, and so they recast because he's like I don't know where the
Yeah,
original
Anthony Michael
Tommy
Hall
is.
is normally he's pretty
Paul Rudd
good,
was
man.
Tommy
But
in Curse of Michael Myers, and
Mm,
I loved him in that. That was Paul Rudd's
I like
first
Paul Rudd
movie he
too.
ever did.
yeah,
So instead they got what is it,
Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy, which I
And
don't hate,
no,
but
he's usually
well,
great, but he was really cheesy in this movie.
yes, no, definitely. That's where
Over the top.
the cheese really starts to come in this one.
Too much of the evil dies tonight bullshit, and
And then they tried because COVID was going on, they tried to do this mob mentality thing to try to because they knew that this was just like all a gore fest. So they're like, well, let's add in something to make this movie be trying to say something.
what
And
is it's I say,
they
Mama,
added this
yeah, right.
mob shit to it where these people kill this crazy guy, but innocent, not, and they think
He
he's
was, but
Michael
he
Myers.
was in there. He's one of the original guys who were in the bus, the crazy
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, but
there.
he didn't like we don't.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no. He was
he killed
yeah.
anybody. But I'm saying like he's not.
I mean, he stole a BMW though, yeah, and he crashed it.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah,
innocent
right.
compared to what
Fuck
Michael
that motherfucker.
Myers. I'm saying he's innocent compared to what
Yeah,
Michael Myers
absolutely.
is
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, bro, and then they showed him dead, bro. Like that was crazy. The camera
Splat.
going like hitting the ground, like that was insane. And then it looked like red oatmeal all over the floor. It was crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
thought they got a little bit too much into that
we
part of
get
the
the
vigilante
OG. We
stuff.
get
Yeah,
them bringing the original Michael Myers because we didn't get that in the first movie. We get them bringing the Michael Myers house, the Myers house, back into this one, and you get those two
Yeah.
gay guys, which I love
Big
them.
John,
I
Little
love
John.
them. I love Big John, Little John, Big John. I love that.
But that's why
He's
this
like listening
I
to the
love that
music,
song. He's
smoking. He's like,
smoking. I love that song.
that
yeah,
was a
He's
great
I
scene.
think
Yeah,
this
he's like,
movie
I know
this
we're
movie
gonna
was
watch
so
the
much
movie.
more of an homage to the 80s movies than the first one was.
Oh,
The first
definitely.
one was like 90s Terminator. This was pure 80s
That's
cheese.
why I do.
And it was
I
just
gotta
fun to
give him credit
watch.
for at least trying to do something different in each one and not just
It was,
doing
you know,
the
the
same
ending
shit
though,
over
after they give him a fucking beat down, and they're all fucking standing there, not while he's fucking jumping up and stabbing everybody. No one's running away. That's what they did in all this movies. Like no one ever tried to take the obvious out. They fucking stood there and waited to fucking get stabbed. But that's
that
true of all horror
that
movies.
ending beatdown though felt like out of place because in the
Right.
beginning we see him like if you're a firefighter, you're ripped, you're at full physical peak, and
Well,
he's making light
right.
work of
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
But these
yes.
fucking stay-at-home dads are fucking
right.
beating the shit out of. Get the hell
Well,
out of here, bro.
he gets
No
fucking he gets
way.
his ass beat by a fucking vagrant in the fucking third movie and Wimp Boy. That's my only problem with this movie, the whole series, but this movie especially is Michael Myers is as strong in this movie as he needs to be for that scene. And there's scenes in this
Yeah.
movie where he's getting his ass kicked, and in other movies, getting his ass kicked, handed to him. But when he needs to be fucking take 5 bullets and a fucking knife to the chest and throw people around, then he's that. And that's
Yeah.
my only thing that kills me about the whole franchise is the way they inconsistently shift his powers. Like make him strong, make him weak, but don't just make him what the scene requires. And that's the only weakness I think here.
Word.
Sometimes he's Superman, but sometimes he's the 90-year-old guy.
Yeah, you'll definitely have to watch them all three together, TK. It's
Yeah.
definitely a lot better watch.
It's a good binge.
Yeah, it's a great binge. Great binge.
But that's my only problem with the second one, though, is that the ending a little bit. But other than that,
I
thought it
do
was
like that
great.
he gets up and kills everybody though.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
That
I
was like the
love-
little
I love
they
redemption
needed
there.
they needed
love
killing,
that.
especially that
And the way
Tommy.
they-
That
and the
Tommy
way
needed
he
to be
kills
killed.
Karen like a psycho, like that reminded me of
Yeah.
like a psycho kill. And the way he
That
kills
Tommy
Karen.
needed to die in that movie. He needed to die. He
Yeah,
got
he
stabbed
did.
right through the mouth.
Yeah, he did. I like the way that you think they're gonna win, and then boom, this motherfucker just gets up.
And-
Because they start making it seem like he's supernatural,
But
and
they
then
did
the
that in
more
all the
he
movies,
kills, the
though.
more he kills, the more he transcends into something evil
Right.
and supernatural, and they kind of go into that with this.
Well, that makes sense, though. Then later on in the third one, when he's not killing, he's weak.
Yeah,
And when he starts
and when you
killing,
see him
he
kill that
gets
person, when he
stronger.
up, he starts like he's about to
Right,
fucking.
right, right,
Thought he was
right.
about to come, dude.
I
Like,
know.
he just caught a bite. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was
I've
stroking
been
out. The dude
I've
was
been
fucking
waiting 2
stroking
years
out.
for this.
Well, he's fucking 1,000 years
This
old.
gonna be
So
the big
that's a
one.
good. I wish they played that up more, though.
Yeah.
That he was
Me
a
too.
force of evil
Me
that gets
too. I didn't like to
stronger
say
as he
that time
kills.
the one time.
Yeah.
I wanted them to play it up so much more.
Because if they did, if they actually said that in the movie, then it makes all the scenes in 3 make sense.
I think they're
It's
trying
almost
to
like in
they're trying to leave stuff unanswered and make you
It's-
think, just kind of like the
it's almost like
original
in the
year.
fucking
Why did he
Waking.
do this? Why did he go after it? That's what they're like
Right.
trying to do. Because I listened to the commentary. He's like, I wanted to leave stuff like kind of open to where they're like, there's contemplating and people are trying to say, oh, is it because of this or is it because that? He wants it to become a discussion and stuff, which if you think of it that way, then it's actually really good. It makes me like it a lot more. But some people don't like that. They want to be spoon fed exactly what the fuck
Right.
is going on.
Yeah.
I still think if they had at least made one, really put that in the movie, a lot of stuff in the third would have made a lot more sense. It's almost like in The Walking Dead when they go through the towns and all the zombies laying there and they're weak because they haven't eaten until they get, they eat a few people and they get powered. That's how this has to work, with Michael. So that makes a lot of sense. Now the movie's great to me. I love it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if they,
So I'm right now.
if they moved away, there's no story. But hey, she did move away
Yeah, I
in
know.
H2O, and that
That
motherfucker
doesn't
found her.
count, though. Doesn't
That
count.
motherfucker found her though, so
That
there
doesn't
is
count.
no moving
Yeah, I
away.
know. True.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it's a movie, so that there is no movie without certain things that happen. But I'd say freaking favorite kill in this. Oh man, what's my favorite kill? Oh fuck, I'm like thinking. I'm trying to think of what it
There's
is.
so many of them. It's hard to keep them straight.
In the
It
second
is.
one,
Yeah, second one. There's so many good. It is very, especially in this one, it's very hard to keep track. Okay, so I'd say maybe when they're at the park and and he kill in the car scene when he's like going around and like, oh my god, that's so good.
terrorizing them,
And
breaking the windows
he
and shit.
stabs the guy
Yeah,
through it, like he leans through and stabs him through his bottom of his mouth, and then his girlfriend, the nurse looking chick, comes around. She has the big ass gun, and then he just slam, boom, and just spill blood. That is such a great scene,
yeah.
man. There's some great shit in this though.
I love how he
Um,
stages the bodies afterwards. Like you
yes,
get the
and that
bodies
was
there,
something.
and they all have the
Yeah,
masks on. Oh,
yeah.
that shit
Especially
was
with
so
the
good.
gay couple. With the gay couple, when you see there's a
Yeah,
picture
when they're
of
laying
him
down on.
and he puts them exactly like that too. And I was like, oh, dude, I love that gay couple. I love them so much. And they're like fucking with the kids when they try to fuck with them. They're like, you know whose fucking house this is, or it used to be. And then when he's like, I thought we were gonna watch a movie, Big John. He's like, no way. He's like, I pulled some spooky records. How about we get high and dance? I love that song that he's listening to, man. I literally
It's a good
listen to that
song, like
song.
the
It's
ghouls and
such
the
a good
hats. I
song.
was like,
Yeah,
yo, that shit was tight.
that shit was so good,
Yeah.
man. I love that. I love that you love that too. Cause I literally like made it. I was like,
I
I
was
have
thinking, I was like, is that a real song? I want to download that
yes,
shit.
it
Like that's
is.
just fire,
It's
bro.
like
Isn't it?
it is like a class song. I was like, man, I want some old spooky
Right?
records. I was like, this sounds good. But Perry,
Oh
what
yeah.
would your favorite kill be?
Besides the chick with the gun snapping around and shooting herself, I gotta
Yeah.
go with the boyfriend that was wearing a dress, how he died in the house, getting his head like snapped on the stairs.
Oh yeah.
And then right above him is the dad dead,
Right.
kind of like with his head hanging out from the roof too. I thought that was cool. That was a
Yeah,
cool
that
shot,
is
seeing son
yeah,
and
that's
father murdered.
Hope one too, and he's like, "Dad," and then
Yeah.
I was like, I love too when the dad Lonnie like brings him there, and he's like, "You fucking idiot! You just brought your kid to the belly of the beast." Like,
Right.
yeah, dumbass. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? But what was the other one? The shoot, I just had it in my head. The one gay guy gets killed, and that's a really good one. I can't remember exactly how it is. Big John, the way he gets killed is pretty gory. You know,
Mhm.
I can't remember exactly how he does it. It's gonna kill me. But Big John's death is really good. I can't remember
Yeah.
how it is, but that was always good. He pushes his eyeballs out.
Oh, dude, and the eyes start
Yes,
oozing and coming
yes,
out.
that was
Oh,
so good. That's my favorite kill. I was trying to think. I was like, how does he? I was like,
And I think
that's
that
my
scene,
favorite
the
kill.
eyeball scene, is only in which I'm assuming you guys
Extended
watch the
cut.
extended version. Yeah,
yeah, the
because I
extended
don't
version.
think
Well,
that's not in the
I think it's
theatrical.
in it, but it lingers long.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
in
it
it,
doesn't
but it
show them
lingers
coming
a
out.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's there for
Right.
a good minute, bro. Like it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
coming and coming.
In the
Because
extended,
I
it
watched the
lingers a
extended
lot
cut. I
longer.
didn't watch the theatrical, but I remember the theatrical trims a lot of the
Yeah,
gore.
it's still a great kill, but they linger a lot more on it.
Yeah.
Because the extended cut, I think that's like the only thing they linger on that kill a little bit more, and then they add an
Mhm.
ending to Lori getting a call from Michael after he
Yeah.
kills Karen, and then so you saw the extended cut too, then yeah,
Yeah, bro, that was
I'm
badass,
coming
dude.
for you. And then she just, I actually wish that they originally went. I like the Karen being killed ending because I think that is a great cliffhanger. But I do like how her like kind of walking out of the hospital all badass. I think that is a cool ending too.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kill, Scarphead?
I would say with the two old guys, two old people get it there. The wife and the comedian Lenny guy. I mean, he literally gets his,
the black lady.
yeah.
You know,
She's
she's
getting.
the caretaker in the first one when she's the one who walks the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
Right, and she's like most people. She's like my cousin works at a cemetery here, and they got Bernie Mac. She's like, but this is our
Oh
only
yeah.
claim to fame.
And Michael's
That's her.
standing there in the
Yeah,
fucking in the
yes,
cemetery.
yes, and that's how he
Yeah.
tracks the podcasters too and gets his mask. But I like how a lot of this shit, like if you know
Wow, okay.
the more you watch these, you'll know she like, oh, like even little significant characters, they get like more in a sequel and they get killed and you're like, who the fuck is that? You think
Yeah,
it's
and,
random? You're like, no,
and then you see her later on in the third one chewing
yeah,
out Lori there. But
yeah.
I mean, when
What's she
she's getting,
smiling about?
you
You should
thought
have
she
left
was
that man alone.
you
You
thought she was
triggered
dead. She
him.
got like
You
5 knives
triggered
in the
him.
throat, and she's hung up there. And Michael's got her husband on the table, and he keeps on sticking knives in him. He
Yeah,
puts about 12 or 15 knives.
He's trying to
in him.
figure out
He's-
which is the right size for him. You know, he's
Yeah.
getting them all.
And
He's got
he's
all different.
literally-
He's like butter knife. No,
I can't believe that woman
That
survived
ain't
that.
good.
How the fuck did she survive all that? I mean, I don't know.
I don't think they planned for it. I think they just said fuck it or whatever. But because she's just literally staring at that and so like quiet as hell, and that's creepy to just
But I
see.
think that's the best part of this is when you watch it like one after the other within a few days, you see that they a lot of these extras are in the first one that go out and that they follow through the third one, and give them something to do. But if there's anything with this movie, I think my disappointment was with the fact that Lori really got a reduced role.
These aren't steel books though, TK. I wish they did just come out with a steel book or steel box set that I really want, but they're literally the same exact discs that are in here. They just put them in steel in a steel box set. But it is really cool and it's super limited. But I got the slips on all these, so I'm pretty happy with these. But I after watching these and really enjoying this trilogy, I was like, man, I so badly want that box set. But I like too that they kind of kept. That was the only weak thing is they kind of kept the posters a little similar. I felt they could have done really cool posters, but
oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was just gonna say I just thought Lori's involvement with the movie got a little bit less and less until she gets her big scene at the end of the third one. So
yeah,
and I would like to see her in it a little bit more than what she wound up. But no, overall, Halloween Kills is just a fun movie. Probably the funnest movie in the trilogy.
You don't fuck with the Mulaney's, bro. Hey, what up, God Tank? You don't.
That
fuck
gave me
with
that gave me the same O'Doyle rules type vibes, you know.
Me too. I literally that was my exact thing. I was like, what the? I was like, are they trying to pull like an O'Doyle rules type thing here? Oh my god, that's funny. Hey Billy, what's up? Yeah. I'll be honest, I love this trailer. Just picked up the Trick or Treat Studio Halloween Ends mask. It's pretty dope. Fuck yeah, dude. I always wanted to get into mask collecting, but I got so much stuff. It's hard, but I'd love to get at least one Michael Myers mask to put up because those Trick or Treat Studios masks are awesome. They're pricey though, but they're worth it. Yeah, I love this trilogy too. God tank. So yeah, we are here and we are 2022's Halloween Ends and the final movie in the trilogy. And the most controversial, without a doubt. So when I originally saw this movie in theaters, Evan was there, and I was literally like looking over at him. I'm like, I was looking at him and my brother, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was genuinely pissed because I didn't expect this to happen, and I was totally caught off guard. I was really pissed. This was one of my worst theater experiences.
Wow.
Yeah, once I sat and I figured out what it was, I was like, okay, this is what it is. I got to accept it. This is what the movie is. And then after I started reading into certain things, like, this is him David Gordon Green trying to do something different, kind of like it's almost like his season of the witch, but with Michael Myers, trying to be a little edgier and do something different. The more I watch it, the more I like it. And I'm a huge advocate of a lot of the Halloween movies that people hate, besides Resurrection. I'm not going to advocate that fucking shit. But I will say I love fucking Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I love Curse of Michael Myers. I love most people love Halloween 4 and not 5. I like Halloween 5 as well, honestly. I am just a huge Michael Myers fan through and through. It was very disappointing to see how they treated Michael Myers. And like the mask is sacred. So they didn't fuck up once, but twice. They let Sartain fucking put the mask on, which that pisses me off more than them putting the mask on Corey, because at least he fucked some shit up with that mask on. You know what I mean? But this movie has a lot of John Carpenter influence in it, not just Halloween, but all of it. A lot of his movies, like Christine. Because I listened to the commentary and he's like The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China. A lot of movies really influenced him. The Fog, Christine, like I said, and Corey is literally like, what's his name from Christine, the main guy.
Yeah.
Keith Gordon's character, Arnie. Corey is just like him because you get that, that arc with him where he's like this good kid, and then he starts, once he looks into Michael's eyes, and this is a big thing where he says to Laurie, he's like, you should just give in. You should just give in like you wanted to when you wanted to when you first looked into his eyes back then. There's a lot of stuff, and this like they kind of bring over that evil dies tonight thing, and they bring the evil. They say evil a lot, and it's like this movie opens with him going to babysit, so kind of like almost in the Laurie Strode type thing where this is the new baby.
Happened during the 19. Yeah,
and he's also showing John Carpenter's The Thing while he's babysitting.
Like, don't show nothing crazy. My son has nightmares. What's the scariest movie ever?
The kid wanted to watch it.
Scariest movie of all fucking time, dude.
That fucking little dude was a fucking monster, man. I'm so glad for him.
I was blown away that they killed him.
I love that werewolf.
He deserved it, man. He fucking deserved every second of it.
Yeah. Oh man, he was a little fucking asshole. I don't really feel like being best friends with an ugly boy babysitter. But
I got a bum deal.
Which in the original Halloween, John Carpenter showed the original thing. So that was kind of paying homage right there. Yeah. And this little kid wants to fuck with Corey because he says, I'm not scared. I'll turn, when he makes fun like, I'll turn the movie off if you're scared. He's like, no, I'm not scared. So he gets Corey pretty good, but in the end, he gets his ass fucked up, and that is a crazy kill. And isn't it next? Just snap back, wild. What as the parents are coming in, and they literally, the mom opens the door, and she's like, "Hey, Corey, you are such a lifesaver." I don't think you're gonna be saying that in a couple hours, bitch. But I tell you, man, I did not enjoy this movie when I first saw it in theaters. I was meh with it after I watched it once or twice on Peacock after. I actually really like this movie now. I've accepted what it is, and I actually really do enjoy it. There are things that I don't care for, but I really respect them trying to do something different. I wish that we would have got a different ending to this, because of how badass Michael was, and that's what bums me out the most is how Michael is treated at times with this old guy. But he is old as fuck at this point, and he has been fucking, I mean, dude, he's been shot, he's been stabbed. This is how he should be acting. And he's gone a few years now without killing, and he's been stuck in this cave. So if that's how it is, where the more he kills, the more he transcends.
Yeah, 4.5 years.
Yeah, 4.5 years. Yeah.
He's in that fucking sewer. Now, maybe he went out to fucking Taco Bell or got McDonald's or whatever the fuck he got pizza delivered there. But he's weak.
I'm sure he was eating off rats or stealing off the homeless.
I don't know, maybe. But he was old.
I think, and this movie starts off with a lot of repercussions of the first two movies, of how the town has been affected, you know what I mean, by this violence. And like the kid, Allison's friend, who gets killed with the flashing lights, which that's a fantastic kill, and he's like stuck on a lamppost. His mom hangs herself in the beginning of this movie. There's a lot of people, and like those two people have bullet holes in their head, and they're like, "Is he back?" And it's kind of brought like a fear where they're like, "Where is he?" Anybody that gets killed, any accidents that happen, is it Michael? Is it Mike? No, he doesn't. He doesn't use guns. You know what I mean? And there's just a lot of fear, but it.
But then again, they still have trick or treating, and they still go to Halloween parties. These guys don't.
Hey, what are we gonna do? It's Halloween. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
But dude,
That's what he was going for. He was the second and third movie. He was going for how it affected this town.
yeah,
How the second one you saw the vigilante shit, and this one you saw all the repercussions from that night when everybody got killed.
right.
So that's why I do find it a lot more interesting now. I think the problem is everybody. The trailer sold this movie as just a total fucking
A
mano a
showdown.
mano, a showdown between Laurie
Showdown. Yeah,
and people were expecting
you
that.
get it.
And you do get it.
But
The way
there's
they
more
worked in the
build
script,
up.
it
There's
was
more
right.
character development in this.
It almost feels like
I
this
don't
could have
mind
been
it
like a
because in the
spin-off
first
movie.
two, we get so much Michael Myers, so I can forgive it now.
But I still think though that they didn't think this through enough. And I think if they just were brave enough, they say Michael's dead or gone, and have this kid be the main new Michael Myers, maybe promoting a new thing. That would have, I think, been a little bit braver. But they decided they still wanted that legacy character in there, and
they
you're
needed
right.
to end it with Michael Myers and Laurie. They needed to do that showdown because they knew people
Right.
would.
But this is the way it was so weak. He just shows up after she gets rid of the other one. Then he just shows up for a final thing. To me, they could have done that better.
He's got to get that evil back out of his eyes.
Right. Well, that's probably what he wanted.
But it's because there's also, as soon as he looks him in the eyes and he goes right to Allison's house after he kills that.
They showed that almost like a transferring of the evil. You got like flashes.
Yeah. Because
then
Laurie says, she's like, I saw Michael's eyes in him. And she didn't see that it was right after that happened.
That's what the movie was inferring. They just didn't build that up.
Going on with that. But there is a line that Laurie says in this at the end. She's like, evil never dies. It just takes another shape.
That's right.
I was like, I get it. I fucking get it, man.
But that's what the Halloween. That's what Halloween
evil never dies. You know.
Well, that's what Halloween is. The monsters, the shape. That's what they were making. They take another shape. Yeah. It's gonna be something else. And then the very last scene of the movie, after you get the ending with the Will Patton and her, is they show a coffee table and fucking the Michael mask is it's there, just sitting on a coffee table. Meaning it's just waiting for evil to pick it up again and run with it.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the whole trilogy more by seeing all three of them together and knowing what he was doing. I just think some of the bridge stuff between 2 and 3 getting there could have been done better. But overall, I like because what are they gonna do in the third movie? Him just go on a rampage through Haddonfield,
same thing again.
Yeah, and have Laurie go face him out in a fucking parking lot somewhere. I mean, at least they tried to kind of like build a backstory.
Yeah, and do
but
something.
The problem is by this third one, people didn't care about this kid. They didn't care about the romance between her and the granddaughter.
And I like that because Allison is a very young girl. That's almost like if you would have got to see like Laurie in her
and they make it so she could have gone both ways. You see a point where she's on a bike with him saying she could start killing people with him at this point.
Yeah.
But then she saw that and said, I saw that in myself, and she came back at the end.
Too, like it's like because the father says he's like I decided I'm gonna go, like the father of the kid that gets killed. When he's playing pool and Kyle he's like I need you to talk to someone because she's telling Kyle like I saw it in his eyes, I know it, and he's like I need you to talk to somebody. And he's like I'm gonna prove my wife wrong. We're gonna forgive this kid. We can move past this, it was an accident, and he looks in his eyes and he's like, it gave me the chills, and he's like, I know the kid that mowed my lawn, he didn't kill my son. He's like, but whoever I looked at the other day, he was on a dark path. And it's like, dude, there's some great shit in this, man. Like the cheese isn't like I know some people don't like the romance and it's a little goofy to them, but the cheese that was in like Kills, with the evil dies tonight, like it's not in this one as much. Like
no, it's not at all.
It's a little, but that's because Gordon Green is a comedian. Like he does a lot of comedy, so he tries to trickle in comedy. Him and Danny McBride. So some of that comedic stuff, I think people take the wrong way and they just say that's cheesy, bro. Like, you know, but there's some great shit like where Laurie Strode is like, whatever. She's like, she's like, I take life by the tits and I fucking flash him and I say, fucking let's ride or some shit like that. And like, there's some great stuff in this though, and you really get to know Laurie, man, as like, as a woman, and like her just not like worrying about Michael, where her and Will Patton have this chemistry, and they're like I love that grocery store scene where her and like, I like seeing your face, and she's like, I like seeing your face too, and there's just this little chemistry back and forth, and then she's like cheesing as she's walking out, and then boom, that black lady has to give her, what you
Like,
smiling about?
Smiling out.
Well, and that's why I think
What you
by
got? What you getting there that you smiling so much?
But by the end of the movie, by the with the sit together on the stoop together, the movie's made the right decision to make the most two likable characters in the movie survived: Will Patton and Jamie Lee Curtis. Everybody else is either gone or dead because they were kind of forgettable, not that good. But those were the two best characters, and they end with them, and that I think was smart.
I thought the guy Corey did a great job as well.
I think he did really.
Campbell, I think is his name. Allison didn't get as much in 1 and 2.
Right.
And this
you felt
one,
bad. You
this
really
is
felt
more,
bad
this
for this
is
kid
more of
because
Allison's story in 3.
This kid got fucking tormented. He kicked the whole fucker, by accident he fell over the fucking thing. And he's been fucking made the fucking pariah of this town. So you can see that, he started off good, but the town made him Michael Myers. And I think that along with the second one, where the town turns and starts going after everybody. You saw that the evil maybe isn't Michael Myers, that the evil is that town.
Yeah, because they do say that too. They were like, was that with Corey? They say they were like, was that
they
even
want to leave?
there?
Yeah.
Or did it happen? Or did the town turn him into this after he killed after the accident with the boy? Because he did not kill that kid. That was an accident for sure. Like we see it, so we know like that is an accident.
Well, the Michael Myers kill, and we killed his sister and to start off everything.
Well, that's him literally taking a knife.
Now, obviously, he wasn't
looking at what he's doing. Like this was an accident. Like he didn't know the kid was like, obviously, like he didn't purposely go. Like I know he does say like I'm gonna kill you, Jeremy, but he doesn't. Like I don't think he ever would have killed him because until he looks into Michael Myers' eyes, he is still like a good kid. He's got anger issues, but that's because he is like he has been turned on, and he literally says to Allison, he's like, when people see you, they see a survivor. When they see me, they see a kid killer. You know what I mean? It's like, it's great.
Yeah, they're calling pedophile. They're doing all that bullshit. The angry band kids.
Say, I was like, did they talk about that Mulaney shit? And they never do. But Doug Mulaney, the cop that he was banging Allison before Corey, and he's the cop that. Did you know?
Yeah, how did she get fucking with that guy?
That cop. I know that fucking guy was way older, but that cop that Corey kills in the sewer, the first kill where he like Michael starts powering up.
Yeah,
that's Doug Mulaney. He's like, you don't fuck with Doug Mulaney.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't believe she was messing with him. But I've seen women do shit like that, honestly, where they go through crazy times in life and then they like, well, I'm gonna mess with a guy that's older and more.
The whole phase.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm
like, this motherfucker real old.
See, not send him over here for guys.
Yeah, but then Doug Mulaney says he's like, that's who you like to call late at night and cuddle up to. What did he says? Mr. Aggravated Murder or something.
Well, and you feel bad for that dude because what the fuck was up with the guy's mother? That guy's kid's mother was
some weird shit too.
She was fucking giving him full fucking
another thing that's
full fucking on kiss in the fucking mouth, and the dad's like, I hope you can find love wherever you end up.
I loved his uncle. I think
his uncle. Oh, okay,
that wasn't his father.
Okay, it was his uncle. That's right. Yeah.
And his uncle was a sweetheart, man.
The father was long gone.
Completely sincere. He was like, I hope you find love because he knows his sister's crazy as fuck. And he gives him the dirt, but he gives him the motorcycle. I love his uncle, and it sucks. His uncle gets shot in the head too.
Right.
By
the band kid.
Fucking band geek.
He tries to shoot Corey, and then Corey does.
Yeah, that was one of the best kills too in this movie. Is the girl getting run over by the fucking fence, and then fucking trapped under the fence.
That's an incredible scene.
And then he fucking stomps her head in the jelly.
Yeah, he does get stabbed in the armpit. The way they kill Michael in the end is fucking crazy. But my favorite kill by far is the fucking radio guy with the fucking
Oh, the tongue.
Oh, he snips the tongue off.
dude,
Put the
and then
tongue on
the
the record.
Lands on the
rolling
record.
on
Put
the
the tongue
fucking
on the record. Put the
Dude.
tongue on the record when the DJ
so
goes like
fucking
this.
good, bro. That shit
That
is so
song?
good.
Put the
So
tongue on the record.
I would you guys
And the
agree?
fucking tongue kept on hitting the needle.
Yeah. Would you guys agree that
And she's listening to it on the radio.
Yeah. Perry, what did you think of the movie?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a little out of place seeing her as a grandma with Michael on the run, but
You did.
it almost felt like they could have not made this a movie and made a TV show out of this kid and shown like the entire town, like kind of like what they did with Chucky, and show like the entire town with all the mayhem that's happened and just dragged it out for maybe like 8 or 9 episodes and see this kid go from being a kid that's saving up going to college into this new Michael Myers type of a killer.
Right.
But no, overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. You know, I liked it. The only thing I didn't like was the band geeks because it just seemed out of pocket. Like, what's up with these guys? They're playing tubas and beating kids up after
some
school.
generic bad guys. They bring
Yeah, you know, like you can't find no football players or something. You know, like come on, man.
I think he wanted something that would be out of
out of the
norm.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like who are the new badasses in 2022?
You know why I think they put band geeks too? Because I think like David Gordon Green was like him and his buddies were band geeks or something. So he just like
we're cool.
I don't know. But God Tank, that is a great 4K to start your collection off with is the original Halloween. But yeah, definitely pick these up. And I'm pretty sure
you get the Steelbook 4K.
Yeah, Best Buy has a Steelbook box set of the Halloween trilogy right now. Yeah. But I recommend getting the Halloween movies, the other ones from Scream Factory. Those are great 4Ks. Scarpad, what was your? I know you said a few things, but so I got to wrap up to get this. Go to the movies.
Well,
the Exorcist. What were your last thoughts on this so we can get into our rating?
I don't be in a hurry to go to The Exorcist, but
bro,
no, I think
what the fuck?
But anyways, yeah, what you want to do? This movie was good. I appreciate it a lot more on my second viewing. As I said, I think the whole expectations of a big showdown, and they did it to themselves by the trailers they released. That's the vibe they were giving you. And then when you go in the first fucking 15 minutes is about this kid, you say, "What? Who cares?"
What am I
watching? No, but on my second watch, yeah, I like they went for something different. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. It still has Michael in the background, and it still has Jamie Lee Curtis, more in this one than the last one. So yeah, I appreciate this movie in this trilogy a lot more than I did before. I would say
all that shit talking.
I never really shit talked that much.
Harry, Barry, yeah, sure, there we go.
Sure.
But no, I do like it. I think the third one now has pulled up in front of the second one. So if I was going to put them in order to rank them, it would be the first, the third, and the second. But I like it. I enjoy it.
First, third, and second.
It has issues. I mean, I definitely think it has some pacing issues and some other issues, but overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That ending was a little bit weird when she kills him, and then their granddaughter comes out of nowhere and just fucking Hadouken just fucking breaks his arm, dude. Like, where the fuck did you come from?
That's because he's choking her, and she's like, just do it, because there's that whole theory to it. And she's like, maybe he can't die unless I die too.
Right? Yeah.
I think she's like, but then she's like, no, and then she snaps his arm back, which that is a great scene though.
Before I rank it though, I gotta say my favorite kill is the doctor.
Yeah.
When we got this new type of Michael, and he's wearing that scarecrow mask, and he's sitting down with her in between his legs, just fucking poking at her neck. I was like,
that scarecrow mask is awesome.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. Yeah.
That was cool. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Imagine Michael Myers. It was like Batman and Robin, and this guy became his Robin. Yeah, right. They did a fucking series of movies where they had him and then the scroll face guy going out with him. That would be fun. I'd watch that. Like in the shape and the scroll man. Whatever.
Right. I like the Rob Zombie ones too.
Ranking them, it would probably be like in order. So 2018, then by kills.
Oh, really?
Ends. Yeah.
I almost would say the same, man. I really do enjoy ends though. It's tough. Honestly though, I think I like it's tough because like each one is like a different type of movie in a way. I feel like they're so different. I think like 2018 is probably my favorite, but I love Kills because of the kills. But then I love, and honestly, I think I'd probably like I'd go 2018 and then
I could
Ends
see
and
doing them
Kills.
in order.
Ends and Kills are tied for me. I
Yeah.
really fucking enjoyed Ends, and I think
Like
I only like it more and more the more I
if
watch.
I could have like a Blu-ray with the first two just stitched together and just make it one long ass
Yeah.
movie, I would do that, you know.
No, I think the first two is a fantastic double feature without a doubt.
Yeah.
I love this as a triple feature though, honestly.
Sure.
So the third is definitely your weakest. The third is the one you would rewatch
Yeah,
the least.
the third is which I would still rewatch it. I actually kind of want to rewatch it. I just felt it was just out of pocket, like out of her character to like not really be defensive and not really
Right.
care that Michael's on the loose. Like, come on, that makes no sense.
She's like trying to move ahead and stuff. I know,
Yeah,
but
after going full prepper for 40
Yeah,
years.
I
Like,
didn't
come on.
really care for
yeah.
they probably didn't care for is what they did with Michael. They really weakened him through about 40% of this movie where he's just hanging out, getting his ass beat down in the fucking sewer. Felt fucking bad for fucking Michael for a while there. And that's why I think they established in the story that he was weak because he was just kind of hanging out and he wasn't killing people as much because he was injured and he was hurt. And the last thing, I could accept that so much more.
But there's just like little oddities. Like at the end, she's like, "Hopefully, we could put this behind us and we never have to talk about this again." As she's writing a book about it, you know, like whoa, what the fuck?
She's got to be fucking ching when she can do it. I mean,
yeah, but like, come on, everybody's gonna be talking about it. It's going New York's #1 bestseller. You know, like, come on, everybody's gonna know about this.
Oh yeah.
No, think about those
I
things.
remember when we first watched the Ends, my girl saw the grinder and she's like, "That's how Michael's gonna die."
Well, no, yeah, 100%.
They like literally put the camera right on.
Yeah, I said that to you in the review we did. Yeah, as soon as you saw that fucking grinder, you knew that's how the movie was.
Like if not Michael, somebody's dying in that.
Somebody's going down there. But yeah, I thought maybe her and fucking Michael would have a fight on it, like doing all those movies. Yeah. He's getting sucked down. When he gets sucked down, and that was a good scene though too, when they chunked him up.
Yeah, no, that was good. It was weird though how like they bring him through town. They're like, "This isn't how things are done. Tonight it is."
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You're bringing him through Haddonfield like he's Biggie Smalls.
Right.
That's how they toured Biggie through, and he died. They brought him through New York.
They could have just fucking chopped him up. I mean, I doubt he'd pull himself back together.
Well, that's what I said. They should treat him. They should treat Michael like the Dragon Balls. Like take all his limbs off, his head off, and just bury him in different places. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Which that would make a great sequel too, because like somebody could be like, "Oh, I'm going to find all his pieces and put him back together."
Yeah. I was gonna say, I wonder, should we rate him? But does it? I mean, does it really matter since we ranked them? I don't think it really matters. I think we said what we think about these movies, anyways. I fucking love this as a whole trilogy.
Yeah, I do too.
I enjoy the last movie so much more, and I like it more and more. So it'd be interesting to see what Perry thinks when he returns and maybe watches Ends again, if he likes it more or not.
I like it. Yeah, no, I liked it. Yeah,
it's like it's weird to see it first because you're like, I wasn't expecting this, but when you kind of accept what it is, then you're like, okay, and then you can kind of enjoy it more, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
no, I liked it. It was just that Laurie just felt weird as a character at that point.
No, I once you said that, I was like, yeah, you're kind of right about that.
Yeah.
But who knows?
And yeah, God Tank said it too. The light bulb kill. That was wild, dude.
Yeah,
that's the light bulb.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Like I said, Chris Nelson just fucking slayed it, man. So that will conclude tonight's review. Man, crazy how freaking far we've come, man. What are we at? Next week. Robbie's doing opera this week.
Opera.
Argento's our opera, and then we will be doing Friday the 13th Part 2 next Saturday.
Oh wow, that's cool.
We're going from kitchen knife to pitchfork.
Pitchfork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the sackhead.
One of my all-time favorite. Oh, this is probably my favorite Jason movie of all time. So going right from Michael Myers to Jason, baby. So Can't wait. And
yeah.
as always, next Saturday, probably 8, 9-ish p.m. Eastern, like always. And we will have a James Bond review coming. And me
Haven't
and
said forever
Scarpat,
tomorrow night.
yeah, James Bond will be coming. And me and Scarpat should have another horror movie coming probably tomorrow as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Two Gun said 2018 4.5 slips, Halloween Kills 4.0, Halloween Ends 3.0. First time watch the second time with Perry. Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna be
Hell yeah.
watching it. I'm gonna be watching again tonight with Perry. I
That
can't
shit was
wait.
dope.
Hell yeah. I know Evan said he was watching too with you.
Yeah, dude, that shit's cool. You can just sit there and watch the whole
Dude,
thing.
that shit is awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm glad you could drop in, God Tank. Dude, I didn't know you were into horror, man. We'll have to get you on, bro. Fucking I'll hit you up on Instagram if you're ever down to join a horror show, bro. Obviously, you're always welcome, brother. We usually been keeping it like 4 a panel anyways, and Robbie's not here all the time, so you definitely
Yeah, wasn't he supposed to be here?
not for this one. He had told me.
Not for
I
this
had
one?
somebody else that was supposed to come and they backed out. That's why I was like, TK, you could join. I didn't know I didn't know he took off just to watch it. I would have had him come on if he told me he was taking off to just watch it. He could have joined. But as always, I appreciate everyone came and hung out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, man, peace out. Like, subscribe, sub, and we will catch you next time. Love y'all, man. Peace out.